I'm digging. And I'm digging. And digging some more. Ooh, what is this? A sprout. And digging. And digging. I'm digging. And digging. And digging. And drowning. And drowning. And digging. Hello everyone. I'm Havoc and this is Minecraft All the Mods 3. And we're back again for another episode. I did a little bit of mining in between episodes. Not a whole lot, just a small amount. And a little bit of prep work, as you saw in our little intro clip there. So, what we're going to do here is we are going to work towards upgrading our tools. And what I'm going to need to make better tools, to get into metals, is a smeltery. So if we look at the smeltery, you can see the smeltery controller and drains. Let's see if I say at Tinkers and then go to the part where it has all the smeltery pieces. It is a multi-block structure that allows you to melt metals down and other objects as well into fluid and then cast out into different shapes. Am I missing it? Here it is, right here on this last page. But there are a lot of different components for it. And what you need for these components are seared bricks. And seared bricks are made from cooking grout. I am grout. And grout is very simply made. It takes sand, gravel, and clay, and it makes grout. Now I've already prepared some up here, and I have it cooking. And we're going to get some more cooking right here. And let's make even another furnace. And we'll temporarily throw it there and have that cooking up so that we can get our seared brick and start making our smeltery. We're going to grab a little bit of food while we're waiting on that. So we will head right over here and collect. These little berries are great. There's apples on the trees and the fruits. We're going to need to set up a farm of our own in order to grow more food. And better food than just fruits and apples, because fruits and apples only give 1 or 2 meat puffs, and we're going to want to fill up that much faster. Thankfully, there is Pam's Harvest Craft in this mod pack, so we have a wide range of foods at our disposal. Oh look, a deer. That's pretty. And I think it has a red nose right now. Yep. I'm not sure if it always does that or if it's because I am currently recording this around Christmas time in America. So it may change a few things the way they look. I didn't even notice. Right here's a little astral sorcery building. A deteriorated relic of some kind. I don't think there's any loot under these. I do know there's loot under the ones that are 4x4. And there is not here. I'll just put that back. I don't need any of those things right this moment, and it's really close by for if I do want to grab it. Ooh, plums. Yes, but we're definitely going to want to get a better food source soon. These aren't the greatest, and there's also nutrition in this. So I'm going to need grain and vegetable very soon. Otherwise, I'll start getting a debuff, and then protein eventually too. So we're going to work on taking care of a few of those things and see what we can't do. I did see there was rice right over in here somewhere around the water, right here. Rice seeds from Actually Additions are really, really good source of grain. The rice itself you can eat, but you can also use the rice. Let's see, is it at the back? Yes, to make rice dough. And then use that rice dough in a smelter to make rice bread. And rice bread, it gives you 3.3% grain, which is really, really good. And we can actually start growing these right over here, kind of where I picked them. We're going to make just a vanilla Minecraft tool for this. The hoe. Let me get a little bit of wood. That's another thing. Because it's the very beginning of this world, I have nothing. Nothing whatsoever in order to build out of or use. Can I reach just the corner? No. Okay. I'll place those so I can get up here and get these. How tall is this thing? Oh, wow. It was taller than I expected. Is this it? Nope. Wow. I'm going to replace the entire tree to get to the top up here and cut it. Oh, man. Now this is just becoming ridiculous. There we go. That's the last one. That was a tall tree. But this gets us some wood. Don't mind me just having to recut down the whole tree that I just did. I could have used dirt. We're going to go sleep. It's getting dark. And then make a hoe and get the rice seeds replanted that I gathered. It was wild rice that I gathered, but it gave me seeds, and I can use those. Let's make some sticks, and then just a stone hoe for now. Nothing special. And I don't have a bucket or anything yet, so there's no need in worrying about trying to place it right where I want it. We're just going to do it right over here. 3 rice seeds. What did we get? That's it. Can you use these to make more rice seeds? You sure can. So I think what we're probably going to do is go ahead and just make all of that into seeds and plant them. I'll just eat some more fruit and berries right now. And then what was the other one we needed? Vegetable. So we're going to need some type of vegetable as well. We've got chili peppers. You can just run around breaking grass to find these seeds from Pam's Harvest Craft. And I need a really good vegetable type to plant in order to take care of that. If we could find regular Minecraft potatoes or something, would be really nice, but I'll take what I can get in the meantime. If I get some other kind of vegetable seed from Pam's. Pam's rice. We already have rice from Actually Additions. We could also potentially get an emerald and make a market and just purchase the very seed type that we want or that we are looking for. But I don't seem to be having that much luck with vegetable types. You can find special gardens from Pam's Harvest Craft sometimes, and those have a wide range of seeds that you can get out of them depending on which one you find. And here's barley. Barley's another good source of grain. Still no vegetable, but a good grain. So we can grab these. And let's see, do you have to process this? No, you can straight make bread out of that, which is nice. Give me a vegetable, please. A good vegetable seed. What is this? Interesting. Great wood, tree sapling. I'm just going to plant this as inventory space. Again, is not something easy to come by early on. We got some more rice seeds. We're doing good on grains. We just need a good vegetable type. Oh, hey, look. A little beetle. Like I said, there are a lot of little creatures in here, and eventually what I want to do is collect them and have them on display in little terrarium type builds inside of what will be our base. Well, we have all the barley one could ask for. But we are definitely not finding any vegetables. I don't need canola seeds just yet. If only those were melons instead of pumpkins. We'd have a good fruit source. I mean, well, there's fruit everywhere, I should say, on the trees. What is this? Spinach? I'm pretty sure that's a vegetable. I'm not a plantologist, so you can't... Corn. Corn's a vegetable. Or is that a grain? Pretty sure that's a vegetable. That's a vegetable. It's okay. I know some things. What do we got? Cactus fruit. I think we may end up trying the corn out and seeing what we can do out of corn. It's not the best vegetable, I don't believe, to have there. Let's see. If we look up corn from Pam's Harvest Craft, it's a vegetable. It gives you 0.06 vegetable, and it gives half of a meat puff. So again, it's not the best. We could do much better. Something like a potato would be great. But since we don't have that just yet, we're going to stick with this and get it planted over here. And I grabbed a few bones, not a whole lot, but just a few, from killing a skeleton that tried to get me. Oh, hey, the worms. These guys are great. So if I place this down right here, he will automatically till the ground and irrigate it. And he every so often helps to magically grow, you know, like bone meal, whatever item that he is growing or that he's next to. So I'm going to put down a few of these. And I'm trying to make sure everywhere I place it, it's going to be fully irrigated. Hey, look at that. Stone shovel just upgraded. Let's put down a worm right here and then right here. And you'll see, like I said, they till the ground for you and they irrigate it and all of that. So we're going to put down the Pam's rice seed. Let's just plant a little bit of everything. Cactus fruit, spinach, I'll put next to the corn. Those are vegetables. Candleberry, cranberry, chili pepper can go over here. Hey, ginseng root. I didn't realize that was something you could eat. But that is a vegetable, so we're going to eat that. Try and help that a little bit. Now we just need our grains, which we have loads and loads of grains for. We can put down some more rice seeds and just cover this area in barley. So we should have a few decent food groups taken care of right here. And then we can make a bucket and milk cows for the dairy and kill, you know, things and cook them up for the protein. And that will be good. It takes a while for you to get one down so low that you get a debuff, so you don't have to stress about it too much, but you do need to be aware of it. And that's good. While we were away, these things, these seared bricks, had time to cook up. Now, you're going to need a lot of just the regular seared brick like this, but you don't want to go and do all of your seared brick into the block itself, or you'll run into an issue. We're going to need some glass. Do I have coal right in here? I do have coal. And like I said before, you want to split this up into the tiny coal so you don't waste anything. And I grabbed a few things that I don't necessarily want to put into a chest. Like this flower we can just place right out here. There's no need for me to store these things. What is this, a red orchid? Plant on redstone ore. Well, we're going to just toss that out, drop the clovers down. Let's not keep stuff that I don't need on me. Let's use them to the best of our abilities. I should have replanted some of the birch tree saplings too. But who knows? I don't know what I want growing over here just yet. We needed a little bit of glass because in order to make the seared tank, which is where you put the fuel in for the smeltery, you need a little bit of glass there. We're going to do that again without the glass in the middle to get the controller. Drains are done like so. And you need drains in order to get your liquid metal out of the smeltery itself. And then we're going to need faucets for each drain. You need at least one casting table and probably one basin to get started. And then we can take the rest and make them into bricks. And this will allow us to make a decent sized smeltery to begin with. And I can always craft more of the seared brick up to make other items. Now, we're going to move this eventually, but for now I'm going to put it kind of nearby to the boat there. I don't want it on the boat. This gets too big. What I'm going to make here would be way too big to be on the boat itself. but we are going to clear a little space out and then put it right over here. Nearby, but not in the way. And there goes our shovel. I'll repair that momentarily. What I want to do is make a 3x3 internal size. So this will be the bottom of the multi-block structure. And then we're going to place these around. Now, this would work if you put a controller here and a tank somewhere in here as well on this one level. That would work, but it would be very small. I already have enough in order to make a larger size one. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to mess around by making a smaller one in the beginning. I'm going to go straight to a decent sized one. We'll put the casting table here, casting basin there. You put your faucets in, and then you finish out the rim with the rest of these blocks. And as soon as I place this block, you see this lights up, and that's letting you know that this is a completed multi-block structure, and we can start using it. Now the only problem that I have right now is I don't have a fuel source. Also, it's getting dark. That's another problem that I have right now. Let's put a light up here and go quickly sleep, as I am still underprepared to deal with monsters. And they will definitely take advantage of that. Don't you worry. Now, I see that I have 11 seared bricks, and that's all that I have. If I decided to make one more round of this, I need some gravel. Does that give you 2 or does that give you 4? I think it just gives you 2, which means I'll need to do another one because I want to finish the next row up top. And again, we're going to split our coal. We don't want to be wasteful. We'll throw one ground in each of these so they all cook at the same time. I can make the final brick and go over there and make that one layer taller, which will make me quite happy. And you can shift left click on a furnace to extract from it without the need to open the GUI, in case you're wondering how I did that just then. Let's run right over here. Do one more layer up, because each layer allows me to put another layer of material in here to melt down. A 3x3 makes 9 blocks, so 9 times 4 layers high is how many items I can place in here to cook down. This is a really incredibly good smeltery to start out with. So all that I need now is a little bit of lava in order to get this thing running. So we're going to look at buckets. You can make a clay bucket to get started, and since I don't have a lot of iron, I'm going to make a clay bucket, cook that up, and go to the mining dimension to grab some lava. And I'm going to bring that little bit of lava back so I can double my first bit of iron. So how do you make this? 3 clay. It's very simple. You make the unfired clay bucket, and then you cook it to make a regular bucket. We're going to grab that, run through the portal to get our little bit of lava and get started. And then I have iron right here, 9 pieces. Like I said, I didn't do a whole lot of mining, so I want to be very conservative with my first little bit of it. And the reason I didn't do a whole lot of mining is I'm using stone tools. They're kind of cruddy. I want to get iron tools, and then I'll be able to mine much faster, and I'll be able to mine materials that I can't currently mine with my little stone pickaxe. There's our lava. It sounds really dangerous to keep lava in a bucket made of clay. I mean, if you really think about it, would an iron bucket hold molten lava? Probably not. It'd probably melt right through an iron bucket. But hey, it's a video game. Don't sweat it too much. Whoop. A little bit laggy. Woo! I'll build a dock over here eventually so I can get to that without having to jump in the water and swim. But if you bring lava back over here and right click on our seared tank, it fills it up. We're good to function here. And because that was a clay bucket, it's one-time use, it's gone. But we only needed it once. I'm going to throw my iron in here. And if I were to take a peek up here, you can see, there it is. There's my iron. I threw 9 in, so there's 9 down in the bottom there smelting. You can also peep in through the little window here. And I could replace these with window blocks, and I'll do that to make this prettier later. Right now, I'm worrying about get it going and upgrading my tools, because the stone tools are just done. I'm done with them. It's time to move on. We've got a smeltery. We have the technology. Let's do that. And while that's smelting, I can make what I need to produce the cast. Because you're going to need just a few things to produce a metal tool. I should probably make a brick out of a single piece of clay and make an ingot cast, and then get enough of that iron out in order to make a bucket. That would be a very wise thing to do. So what we're going to do here is make a stone pickaxe head, a stone shovel head, stone axe head. Can I shift click that in? No, it's not wanting to do that. And then I don't have enough stone right there. Good news is, you know, stone shouldn't be much of a problem when you go mining. So now I have the components to replace each of the items. And I'm going to need copper and aluminum. I did mine a little bit of aluminum and a little bit of copper, because in order to make a cast, you have to make aluminum brass or gold in here and pour it out on something. So we have 2 blocks worth of iron. I'm going to pour 1 block out right here, and then I can use that block to make just regular iron out of it. But what we're going to do is put the pickaxe head there, and then let's look at what it takes to make aluminum brass. If I just put brass in here, aluminum brass ingot, and we want to see how that is alloyed from molten, 3 molten aluminum and 1 molten copper. So if I put 1 copper and 3 aluminum in there, it will combine to make some aluminum brass. And these have very low melting points, so they'll melt much faster than the iron did. And it will also double them. You saw I put 3 ore in, it made 6 ingots. So this is why I pushed for this quickly. Hey, now we can make a bucket out of that iron. But there will be enough iron. 1 block of iron is more than enough to make what I need here. And we are currently alloying aluminum brass, which is amazing. I can go ahead and right click on this and make a cast, change back to the iron, and pour that in. And this will give me an iron pickaxe head. I'm going to do that same setup for each of these items in order to get the cast and get the components for each of the pieces I'm going to swap out here. Just change back to iron. And you'll see it consumes, it shatters whatever material you use to make the mold, which is why I just made them out of stone. Change back to the aluminum brass. Then I have 1 more here. And after that, we can swap back and do 2 of these at once. Get the hatchet head and then put the stone cast back in, pour the metal out, and get that. And then we're going to go swap all of these out and upgrade our tools, and that would be amazing. And in the meantime, while we're up there, we can see how we're doing. Our crops are growing really fast thanks to our worms. And I think in this version, the worms have a certain number of ticks that they work and then they go away. They disappear. So they're not there infinitely. But I have more in my inventory that I can put down. So I had the tool station on me. I ran back up here. What we're going to do is we're going to put our pickaxe in here and just place that there. And you'll see it changes it to an iron pickaxe. But I'm still comfortable with it and I still have the same experience. Now, the statistics will change because it's ecological and a cheapskate item now. It's become ecological thanks to the wood and then magnetic too because of the iron. this shovel is broken, make sure you repair a tool before you try and upgrade it. So I repaired it with stone, and then I upgrade it to iron. We're just going to swap each of these out here. And there we go. Now I have iron tools. So much better. And I can put these casts down here in a chest. I'm not going to need them again for a while, so we'll just place them in a chest out of the way. But the only thing now is that in order to repair these, I can no longer just do that with iron. I have to have, or excuse me, I can no longer do that with cobblestone. I have to have iron in order to repair these tools now. So we're going to have to keep that in mind and try and limit the use of them and keep from burning through any iron that we may gather. Now, there are modifiers for Tinker's Construct that we can add to these tools. And if I press shift, you'll see I have 4 modifier slots on this pickaxe. I could increase the durability on this by adding things like a diamond or an emerald to it, or giving it a reinforcement modifier, but those are a little bit out of our reach at this point in time, so we won't worry about it just yet. I am going to place this back. I no longer need to carry it around with me. The tools have enough durability that they'll last for a little while now. But let's see about making one more change to our tools, and that's going to be to the wide guard or the stone bindings, because there's a little trick here. I currently have stone tool rods, or excuse me, wooden tool rods, and then the wooden extra components, the wide guard and the binding. And you want to try and get as many different modifiers on your tools as possible. So I want to get something, I can keep the wooden handles, but I want to change the wide guard and the tool bindings to a different material in order to get another effect on my tools. It's getting nighttime, we're going to sleep. Well rested. And then we're going to come back over here. The copper should be melted, and I can put that copper over into the cast here. I made a little bit extra that I didn't necessarily need. I'm going to need 3 of these. I only need the 1 wide guard, but I need 3 of these bindings. And that'll be the last one there. And then we can again put these casts away. I'm not going to need them right now. And then I can upgrade them. And copper is a really good modifier, because I'll show you what we get from this. If I come right over here, we're going to do the sword first. You'll see you get well established. You gain additional XP for using this. Now for the sword, you're already going to be killing something, which means you're already going to be getting experience. However, if I add this to all the other tools, whenever I'm cutting a tree down, digging something, or mining, it will give me a little small bit of extra experience. It's not a lot, it's not massive, but it adds up over time. As you're just off doing things, your tools are generating player experience, the green experience orbs that surround you and help you do stuff like enchanting. For the mod pack, there's all kinds of ways to use experience. But that really helps out, especially in the early game. We're going to need to make some food. That barley makes bread, which is a huge win. Yeah, so my grain, my vegetable, and then dairy. Let's make a bucket. This will allow us to go grab more lava. But another big thing it's going to do is when I find some cows, I'm going to milk them and drink that milk to bring my dairy bar up, to try and keep my nutrition where it needs to be. So we made some serious progress in today's episode. That is a really nice early game smeltery, and my tools are at a level where they're not next to useless anymore. The early game stone tools are really slow, low durability, and just a grind. But these tools are very decent. It's a good early start. We've made some good progress. If you enjoyed today's video, feel free to give the video a like and consider subscribing to my channel. I will see you all next time.